What is up, dudes? How are y'all doing? Welcome back to Disco Elysium. We have shoes. That's about the summary of everything that has happened up until this point. Oh man, this is such a I don't even quite know how to describe it. It's most certainly a video game. That's one thing that's for sure, but it's every bit as surreal as I had hoped for. We just finished day one. We finally got the body down, and after examining it, the laceration marks were likely added post-mortem, or at least
rank up.
Choose get. Roll credits.
okay. Gypsy, thank you so much for 34 months of support. Really freaking appreciate it. Can I get some gifts and riches in chat, please? Oh, hey, that put us over 40 subs. Really freaking appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Rank up.
Hey fellow shoe PPLS Gilla 7 choo 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 choo.
Calvin, thank you so much for 12 months of support. Really freaking appreciate it. Can I get some gifts and riches in chat, please? But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. We just approached, we just started day 2, in fact, after we finally figured out our name, Harry Dubois. And we finally found shoes. And we are well taught in advanced race theory. So now we're on our way to develop a potato allergy. Unless I misunderstood the homework assignment that I got. Shoes are a myth, and yet they are at my feet. Explain that. Racism with extra steps. You're not wrong. That man was like really deeply racist. In like a very Facebook kind of way. Where they take very long to say a single sentence and it doesn't really say anything. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. Sorry about missing yesterday. I had a bit of a day at work and having the wind in my face while trying to brace like stormy winds, I guess. Kind of drained me of being able to do anything else that day. So here I am on a Tuesday, which isn't my usual day, but yeah. Gypsy, Adrian, Steve, how's it going? And Loin, how's it going? Kellen, how's it going? And Chicken Flippers, Brickle, and Miss Wexford, how's it going? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Let's dive back in. I have some coffee on hand. I got some honey oatmeal biscuits. And, oh, right, we got our jacket back. Wait, I can do the Dubois spin? Almost. Almost. Ah, damn it. Where is Kim? We still have a metric fuckload to do, good lord. Oh right, we took the bribe, so I should probably pay the man, get that done early. The adventures of Slappy Dubois continue. That is true.
The door is closed. Still no answer. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Still, you should punch a fucking hole in it.
suppress the
murmur in your
urge.
ears
Let's leave it at
recedes
that.
slowly.
I wonder if Kim is already up. We had a massive fever dream. Oh, wait, the union dudes are there. Okay, so first steps, let's talk to Kim. It seems urgent. And then, good morning.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardie Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Wasn't the Hardie Boys originally like a children's detective novel series? Kind of like the book version of Scooby-Doo minus the dog and the fun?
Everything points to the dock workers' union. The belt used for hanging him, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information.
Also, the, right, so the corpse itself was hung from using a construction belt, which is why it was so difficult to get the corpse down to begin with, but because the spinal cord wasn't severed, it leads me to believe that the body in and of itself was not, or the person in and of itself was not killed by hanging, but rather he was hanged there. I'm paying attention to grammar. Postmortem.
Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Are these the men Gart told us
I
about
completely
yesterday?
forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
He was killed to death by boogie woogie fever. Hell yeah.
One loose thread less to worry about. One big problem to replace it.
There were so many of them, maybe we should call
That
in
would
reinforcements?
just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger, just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
One more thing
Let's
before
roll.
we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Well, what I'm deciding right now is to pay
Can I
for
help you?
about my bill for
20
tonight.
real. Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Let's talk to her. 'Cause she was originally near the door,
Just
right?
a moment, officer.
The cryptozoologist's wife.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. Now then,
Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi, may I ask what you needed to use the phone for, madame?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. Oh, Forgive me for not introducing myself. My name is Lena. My husband and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot.
I love missing persons cases.
That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alleys. Start shaking down the usual suspects. You know, legwork. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing
That's
before?
just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still
damp
in the
chill.
whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What is this expedition your husband
Just
was
some
on?
field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Are they in a rough
There's
neighborhood?
a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
The lieutenant doesn't want to agitate the woman. Do it. Find her husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
That sounds like police business. I'll help you find your
Are you
husband.
sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
I got a premonition.
I sincerely doubt it. Still, I suppose it won't hurt to keep an eye out.
Oh, thank you,
A deadly
officers.
premonition.
Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Is your husband some kind of scientist?
Yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own.
Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other
I've missed a
thing,
narration of this
he'll likely
game.
have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been
We'll be
married?
celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious. previous milestones even more somehow.
How did the two of you
dating
meet?
agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident. And he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I think I have all the information I need. Let's move
I hope
on.
I've been useful.
Do I get anything else for this? Tell me more about this rare insect your husband is looking
Sweetie,
for.
It's fascinating, but I shouldn't bore you with entomological.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
I don't have time for inside facts right now. Let's talk about something else.
Dear.
I have no idea what I'm doing. This is true. Let's try it.
You're an enthusiastic idiot. But you're
Jesus.
still an idiot.
First roll of the day. Rolls a 3. I feel attack game, but that is way too me. Can you please stop psychoanalyzing the player and start psychoanalyzing the character instead? I'll be much more comfortable.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101.
And that's all for now. Alright, let's add that to the little to-do list. I wonder if there's like an actual like deadline that you run into. Is there something outside that I still wanted to do? There was something about the... Let's check on the corpse, actually, if something has changed.
The man is decomposing visibly now. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
At the autopsy, you said you have ancient mysteries.
Yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
But to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away. Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
You really ought to wait until the cadaver is refrigerated.
Okay, let's try to get the refrigeration going. I needed to talk to the lady in the bookstore for that. So that's where I'm gonna go. I'd say the only downside to playing this particular version is that, like, hitting a specific target is very difficult.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Chaotic neutral. Or chaotic forgetful in my case.
A golden pendant hangs around the woman's neck in the shape of what looks like a tiny fish head trapped in amber.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough to give me some money. Curious pendant.
Yes, helps to have an anchor in these times.
Are you the owner of this
am.
store?
The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers. It doesn't work.
I was told that there's a huge fridge in the building's cellar. Can you lead me there?
Fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
The girl outside mentioned that this place is cursed.
Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
Her opinion of her daughter depends on how well she lured you into the store.
Let's go with the neutral
Come
response
now.
here.
It's not personal. It's about proper sales practices and market research. I expect an answer.
10.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends. How much do you pay the kid?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Slap the cuffs on her.
I formally reprimand you for your corrupt activities.
Of course, officer. Good work. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store. Her shoulders rigid and tense.
What if I
Every now and then,
want to buy a book?
You were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go. Go.
Because you kept yelling at me that I shouldn't be browsing the books. Because knowledge isn't free.
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves
she's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books.
Do you even know what books you have for
Truth be
sale?
told, not really. My sister brings in most of the goods. I'm sure it's all very literary stuff with well-written prose. But you don't learn about the important things in life from fabricated stories.
But do you learn the important things
Truth
then?
is available if you just know where to look. And you have to open and free your mind to understand.
Last time I freed my mind, I was staring at your bookshelf and you started yelling at me. What do you want?
Smiles and nods. See,
Can we maybe go in the back here?
you see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Examine a strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Are we gonna worship the deep one on this one?
Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? I think that's where we can find the fridge, if there is
Now,
one.
please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books?
Oh,
The books
this
are all you care
character
about.
is the worst.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
I'm just gonna pull them
Just
open.
as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
I need your strongest books. So we can knock her out.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, ma'am, we need your fridge for our investigation. Can you please shut up?
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
It's not like anyone was killed there. I am sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
What kind of power are we talking about? Is it the power of Grayskull?
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be. It's
Wait.
what it wants.
Wait, who else?
Okay, so what's in there has a will, and it wants you to enter? This is bad.
This is about the curse? That's why you're free? Who else? Who else wanted to go into the basement? And why is there a charm for the deep one attached to it?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
You can't stop me!
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
Lies. Rip them open, we say.
Maybe her fridge is a cryptid. I want to meet it now. Investigate it. Become a cryptozoologist. But ma'am, I sense a career change here.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Rip them apart. This time for real?
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an...
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Okay. Oh. Oh, so you're sealing the door with charms.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets.
Hey, Ellis of
and
Red, how's it
charms.
going?
It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
But not before
That's
I strategize?
right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
First, check your posture. It's
Steady
important.
breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram. The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear.
I'm still kind of curious about the, God, there was a, one of the, voices in the doorbell, from the doorbell sounded like a memory being played on repeat, and I'm still kind of curious about that, so this might have some correlation between that and, the whole charm thing.
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of only an echo. No one is there.
Are you serious? What?
Ow. Shoot. Whose moronic idea
Wow.
was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Wow, with the snake eyes,
Are you
goddamn.
alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
Okay, so we rolled a 2 and we rolled a 3 so far on all the rolls we have done so far. This is not looking good. If my tabletop luck permeates through this bit of Disco Elysium, we're now going to have a session that is nothing but natural ones. That's what you get for rolling the double 6 last time. That was insanely lucky, though.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed. covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets.
Why don't I have one in pain threshold?
That's right. Taking the room it's made of a solid block of wood.
Okay, this was what I wanted to investigate. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms.
Ah,
It
loin.
appears to be locked.
We demolished the mechanical marquee during that game. It was kind of insane. Like, the mechanical marquee has one major downside, is that they can basically only do something if they rule a clearing. And I was playing the Lizard Cult, which rules any clearing that they have anything in. So I just started doing this sort of mass expansion. And suddenly the marquee couldn't do anything anymore. Okay, what did I roll this time? Why? Even on a success.
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Fuck the system. Freeze, dirt bags. Fuck, it hurts. That was really loud.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym to me.
But no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Well, there's a reason no one's been here for ages.
Yes, because it's closed.
Fucking hell, Kim. You're the worst at like campfire ghost stories, I swear.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
You know how some people end up hanging laundry on workout machines to stop using them? This lady just claims they're haunted. Just try to dry your bed sheets on like a bench press machine, and then claim it's a ghost for any onlookers. But it is kind of eerie in here, I'll give it that. Can I lift that? Oh, I'll do some deadlifts.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life, when you were young and fit.
I had to give it a try.
Off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat.
Say nothing.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
I'm just gonna leave. Why are you auto-saving? Game, do we need to talk? Why is there a ball on the ground? I should be able to equip that. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Big fan. Oh, I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going at all. Well, I like it, but I don't like it. Why are there so many mannequins? Oh, I'm taking the money. I need to pay for rent. Wanted to make a Silent Hill joke, but then the game started with the whole soundtrack thingy. Who was Emma again?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspector
These
drawings.
live, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins casting wax-based magic. Translucent welkins with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however. It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
And the darkness bind
An
them.
inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Good thing we took Race Theory 101. I still can't believe we sat through nearly an hour and a half of that. And hey, Denny Danny, how's it going? Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Where are
This
these
looks like
creatures?
concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Why would anyone spend so much
Some
time on
people
this?
really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
Oh, that is... Oh, that is meta.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what? All gone.
Inspect the
the photo
photos?
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore.
They are
There
my
pictures
original
of
OCs, do not
settlements on dried
steal.
up riverbeds,
There's a little
abandoned
post-it note in
a
the bottom
storm.
of it.
And albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
I mean, the difference between eggnog and morphine is kind of staggering, to be honest. But yeah, there's a lot of things in between that could also constitute as that.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe.
I wanna be in a D&D campaign where the entire world is just basically doing an initial D in the galaxy.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Wait, can I interact with that? Oh wait, I can't access items in this.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Wirral untethered, and Heat death of the universe. Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Can I interact with that? Or is it just... Oh, it's just something that we can sell for a lot of money. Using a radio computer. I wonder if we can actually find the radio computer to use that, though.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer.
There we go.
Just sitting here without anyone inside. But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for time, so...
On the other hand, it's not that I'm not interested in abandoned radio compute. The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open. It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected. The filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. A
Press
bar
play.
of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no. It was already glowing and now it's also making a sound. It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production
The
schedule?
filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean the glowing thing I put
Yes.
inside?
Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
You should ask her for a hint.
Can you give me a hint?
No.
Oh, well. Is it my birthday?
Still no.
This is the police.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder for stress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the received? I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do. Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Wait, we might be able to actually print something off of this
Fortress
first.
Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
And what's that? This interactive call-in radio
Any
game?
other questions?
What are you, a machine, or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Where are you? How did you know
work
where I am?
as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident.
Our IP has been traced. We have been compromised. Run! Burn the machine! Burn the house! Burn the bookstore owner!
As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment.
I love the shivers.
Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark.
I swear, if I ever get to the level of linguistic prowess that they use for the shivers, I'll become a hell of a DM.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Nothing happens.
Print. Okay, let's leave for now. Maybe we can find something along the lines of a password that we might be able to use for this. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric. Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies
Unclear.
for what?
It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced. You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. Looks like a surveillance program.
Wait, who's the game
Someone
master?
very important, the leader of a massive on-air game.
Why is the
built by
fireplace
this
talking to me? If it's a game, then
Whoever
who's
decides
playing?
to call in to a call-in station, it looks like all of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
This is basically if War of the Worlds was a D&D session through call-in.
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Where does this lead? Ooh. More compartments to open. I'll be taking that.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing
Indeed,
game?
those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Has anyone ever done this
Not
before?
to my knowledge. They make automated games in Grad, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. We just don't have the technology.
This is getting really meta, though. How were they planning to do
Polling
that?
stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
Wow.
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
Let's
it's
finish
too late
it.
for that, I'm afraid. Okay, let's keep moving.
I really like that you can have moments where you can just... Oh, that's the fridge. That's the fridge. Ice cream maker. What's that? Oh yeah, this entire bit has been one massive meta commentary. Insane mesh tank top. How insane are we talking? Clinically insane. No. Oh, hell yes. I have reached my final form. I have ascended into the stratosphere.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
What is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside
It's
the
dark
furnace.
and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
Oh, it will happen at some point, Gypsy. Don't
What are
you
you
worry
doing?
about it. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking
Wait,
upstairs.
Really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
A lush layer of
spirit
coal
or hands?
now covers your skin, sinking into the wrinkles. Your hands look ancient. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai, ancient hero of Grad, pulsing through you. All that's left is to cover your face in war paint.
For the glory of Shai Hulud.
3 dangerous stripes appear onto your cheeks, telling stories of your wild soul.
You need to get those assless chaps. I knew they were used for something.
What are you doing? Please wipe your face clean, officer.
I like that he has a problem with this.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm. It would be foolish to remove them.
We're exploring this dark place, and I need to protection my war-paint defaults.
And this protects you.
This is traditional war paint. It will grant me safe passage with the spirits that guard this place.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
This man is infinitely patient.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red. This ice bear is a hyper carnivore. Be careful. gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
It's the fridge, remember?
A giant iceberg-shaped fridge. Just what we were looking for. Let's see what's inside.
The
Look
shelves
inside
are
the
empty.
refrigerator.
All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
I like how he's so patient with you with the cryptozoology lady got mowed down. Got thrown into blender and then consumed for protein. This is clearly the fridge. It looks big enough for 2 corpses. Take the note from the
You
door.
pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
It wasn't enough to take the note. We needed the magnets. This is clearly the fridge.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
The 2 of you. Easily. The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get the body, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an iceberg fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
I am not sure if he's actually proud of himself or if...
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an iceberg fridge. This story does not leave this room.
I am... We're live in front of a studio audience, Kim. I think the room has been blown open. And how's it going, Sion? And Livlin, how's it going? Yeah, that was so loud it drowned out the narrator. I don't know if it was loud on both sides because I have one ear of my headset off, but
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
I think this is a glorious achievement and people need to hear about this. We did our best with the means at our disposal. Well, I'm not proud either. But we did find a fridge. This isn't police work, it's art.
As impressive as the fridge is, this is a small victory, among numerous defeats. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection, under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
There's a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first
Good
place.
question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
And hey, D-Rap, how's it going? Why are you stuffing it in a fridge? I need to check the body.
Lucky us.
Tell me something, dead man.
Loony Rooney.
How do you like it in the fridge?
I like it a lot, brother. This really is your finest hour. You're a genius. A regular Corporangelo. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Let's try this again.
You touch the dead man's body. His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
Don't I have, like, a shitload of points to still spend? Let's see if we can... Oh, okay.
A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge, or the decomposing body in it.
Okay. Let's close the door for now and not forget that we stuffed a dead body in there. Primarily the latter, if that's alright. I do want to see this system eventually get made into something more, though. Like, maybe more RPGs?
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
Like, imagine if like, you had this as a full-on tabletop RPG setting, which Disco Elysium started out as.
Something close to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Do things
The
without any
lieutenant
reasons?
raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board.
Hey, Wexford,
now
how's
has
it going?
one cable missing.
Can I now check this thing? No. I almost have enough to pay the hotel tomorrow. Okay, yeah, that was the fridge. Wow, suddenly that checklist became a lot shorter. We still need to ask Renee. We need to find Morel. Track down your badge. Where's the rest of the armor? As to Jolly Mask about the armor. Victim's tattoos. We've been able to ask for that. Get the boots. Oh, wait, we might be able to actually get the boots now that he is properly refrigerated. But I'm honestly very excited at the prospect that the success of Disco Elysium might lead to might potentially lead to the
glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing
the RPG system being further developed.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Close the door. If you really want a good system for like this kind of stuff, you should really try Shadowrun. Oh, hey, more money on the ground. I'll take that. What's this? Oh, right, I heard some noise coming from upstairs. We'll probably investigate that. Let's go there. Have I investigated everything, every possibility, every item, every location, everything? Even here, yes. Wait, no, I haven't. I haven't looked here at all. Imagine Disco Elysium, but it takes place in Arkham or Innsmouth? Oh, don't tempt me.
An iron safety curtain curves before your eyes, folded like a bellows. It covers half the room, blocking the way into a colossal industrial chimney. This is directly above the central furnace in the cellar. The voices probably came from here.
Let's leave it for now. I want to see if I can find something else. Okay, let's open the door.
As before, this is direct. What an odd thing to do. Nothing happens. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. Your fist hurts now.
There must be another way to wake up whoever is in there. Maybe we should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on here.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter.
Gaze upon me, stuff and despair.
Kudos.
Anti-object task force. Wait, I have points left to open a thought. I have points left to open a thought. Yes. Yes. Oh wait, I wanted to ask the lady at the bookstore what was up with that. I know one game built in a similar way. It's called Gerda, a history-themed game. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I'm the unintentional destroyer of stuff. I usually just touch things and it breaks. The very uncanny ability that I have. Where's the money?
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop.
Did you charge it down? Yes.
I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape.
What are you talking about? It's just a door.
This place is Curse Detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the door, the curse is coming to get me as well.
Oh no! But I thought the curse wasn't real.
You're nothing but a policeman. All
Well,
right.
to be fair,
you know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity?
The entity?
Yes, the malignant entity that lives inside the chimney. It takes the shape of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she knows more about the curse than she lets on ever since I first saw her.
Wait, let me take a look at that. I gotta see that. there's like this plate of darkness just kind of slathered in the sky above our street. And there's like this bright horizon line. It's like somebody drew a line and just filled in the blanks. Just tell it that it's not good enough for a soldier. Go away, Ray. I reject the idea that Final Fantasy VII now is a national holiday. And how's it going, dude? You mean the chimney that's part of a central furnace? I heard voices coming from there.
Yes, I've heard that. It's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains upstairs. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
If you're really interested in cracking this mystery, then we should go back to the furnace. Maybe you could yell into it or something. Make some noise. You'll think of something. You always do.
Despite his cool, the lieutenant's interested in solving this mystery.
Of course. A mystery needs to be solving. I reject your rejection and am now throwing brick-shaped meteor through your window. Please don't. We're getting it repaired later this week. Oh, speaking of later this week, no stream on Friday. We have Joey coming over, and we're getting some repairs done to the outside of the house, so...
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Hello! War painted your face. Still
Something
fails? Oh.
breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain
Wow.
being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Okay. We're about to encounter some vengeful spirits. I am quite excited about the prospect of that, if I'm being entirely honest. Why do you tag me and stuff like that, Gypsy? Why? I've been wanting that Rinwell statue since it got announced. I need to replay Arise. That game was so good. Or rather, I need to finish the post-game content. Oh, have we found... We have found the dice gremlin.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now.
Vampire the Masquerade?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
How did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about
I'm a
dice?
novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Well, lady, do you have a minute? The joke is that next to my desk I have a shelf filled with different tabletop RPG systems.
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong.
I was looking for something else. Squint eyes mysteriously and says,
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
This person means you or no one else. Absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
How did you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the rolling
Nothing
rags?
really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by daily
Well,
ruckus?
there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You never took your eyes off the work to look at the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection.
Heavy machine gun!
We're holding a flashlight, not a gun.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides,
do you
I only
often
get
work
up
Sunday
to
nights?
look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
I honestly have not, no.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
Everyone else is
More
gone?
or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Who was Artemidep?
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's a little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known it.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Gypsy, oi.
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed? And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
This is true, Gypsy. This is true.
It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What does she mean, to get off on it?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
I found creepy mannequins.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
Let it pass. I'm trying to get clean.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Didn't know insects had rights or activists?
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
What do these transmissions
the usual,
say?
I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Found a strange
Fortress
machine.
Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
Usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important. Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult.
Would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die.
I like that this is a perception side success. Saying this.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There was a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
What about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls. Fritta does the same thing.
She works in Fritta as a cashier. She's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Revachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear.
It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
Uh-oh.
Eventually, Revachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000.
Oh
no!
Exactly. How's it going, Sakradash?
Out of regular fridges.
I'm sure the bear was doing its
Maybe.
best.
Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
We're gonna have a half-melted man. He is already half-melted, though.
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherian.
Scary, but cool.
Megatherian.
Megatherian. A mega wild beast.
What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life.
Wildly, I
by
imagine.
telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs. The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun.
And grab your necktie and mumble, "Not now, you beast."
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
What about horrific neckties?
Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. But I don't understand how it's relevant to our discussion. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Outside it's light. Light scatters from the low-hanging cloud cover. There's always the threat of snow.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I found the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was
right.
Oh, we might be able to ask about the mysterious
As
thing.
I said, It's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
All right. Strange thing happened when I tried calling a company named Slipstream. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial
Electrics?
Tricentennial.
It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie.
Just repeat it.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
I was wondering about the Rolling in Rags. Is it part of the same building complex?
So. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
Someone named East Delta Pinball on the door.
It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick-track, especially pinball.
The Netherlands actually has a pinball history museum.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
I think Kim just lost a couple of points in the awesome dude charter. Slipstream SEA mystery might be a recording. I called again and got exactly the same.
Slipstream SEA have 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
How do you explain what happened to all those companies?
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow?
And she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going?
Right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
And customers have trouble paying bills?
Me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because she's in cahoots with the demons.
Thank you, Inner Voice, for clarifying that. Which one was that? Half-Light. Your fight or flight response.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
The jig is up. The she-demon knows you've uncovered her true identity.
It's even funnier now that you know that Half-Light is your fight or flight response.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Starting to see that there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
I'm excited for Half-Life 3. It's currently at 4. We skipped a number.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
I'm going to see if I can try this.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. Is there anything else? Built quite a few of them. Investigate doomed commercial area. I still haven't found the gun. Okay, so let's talk to Plaisant about the curse. And then ask Renee about the picture. And then challenge disgruntled dock workers.
And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them. A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. You've come this far. You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
Let's see. She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place.
Horrid! I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse?
I de-spooked it. The curse is definitely gone.
Are you certain? Oh, but who am I to question your methods?
Is it because of the shirt? Is it because of the shirt? I bet it's because of the shirt.
All that matters is that the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still. Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement.
It will only last a day or two, a week tops. Then her mood will sour and she will feel the curse again.
All right then. All's well that ends well. Should we return to our ordinary lives?
Farewell for now, book peddler. Hey, Thomas, how's it going?
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Found your guard booth.
The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
Your booth looks right into the yard.
It does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Why are you on a leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, seek it. A real man's man. is just gonna ride it out.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who was working your
No
shift that
one.
night?
The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him.
Mostly
It's
decorative?
mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Forget to such dependency only weakens a man further.
Look, officer, can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
I saw a picture in there. You were in it. Looked happy. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Got it.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Let's try.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Nothing my flashlight could help with? Oh, wait. Why is there a purple thingy? Hello, purple thingy.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname.
Kim, look. Bullet holes. Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
What do you
These
mean
bullets
old?
were fired during the Revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Okay, what can you tell me
Not
about the
much.
revolution?
I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Shall we go?
Okay. Let's see. Wait, we haven't talked to that guy yet.
Yes?
Good
Hello?
one. Who are you?
No one. I'm just a working class woman.
She doesn't really want to be disturbed that much.
This
Okay.
was a tremendously useful interlude.
Kim is losing patience after all. Must be the shirt. Let's check the harbor again. Maybe we can convince Joyce to either give us a little bit more money. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? Oh, what is this? This is money.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep? Pigs come to take me out? Trying to snuff me out? Then why are you sneaking up on me like that? It's not a good idea to scare me, pig. Not a good idea at all.
Why is every conversation with these children so unpleasant? I didn't even realize there was a whole, well, there's also holes in there. But I didn't realize that there was a whole thing behind here.
Down there.
Let's see if we can.
There must be another way into the building.
Wait, what? What happened to the sound just now?
It's been a week and now they show up?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
We just want to know what's
I don't
going
want to
on.
be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring window.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Looks like you've got a good view into Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything
I
about the
can tell
hanging?
that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, the neighboring windows are streaked with rain. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching, spying on you three.
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Ooh.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes, compassion and a hint of understanding.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
Oh, the frame rate on that. Did I miss the rock? Did I miss something here?
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our
Oh, there's the stone.
He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
A stone, like there's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be
Hey.
from Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them. We'll just have to go in and see.
I am gonna talk to Joyce first. Put this on the to-do list. Wait, can I enter that door?
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you alright? Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
Who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live here?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room.
How's everybody doing?
It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry. Pea-brain, someone played a trick on you. Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops, you really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker on the balcony, no relos?
Yes, I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble?
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Ask away, policeman.
What can you tell me about
The
Cindy?
artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
It's a name like Dylan Disco Elysium.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
And I'm sorry, Wexford. I'll try to synchronize.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius, is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression. Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
You know, it's really funny how many people have called me Jill instead of Gil over the years. A surprising amount.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
You had to go there, Thomas. Someone has torn down the wall. What's in this fridge? Money. I could use some money, to be honest. Did I just rob the old lady? I hope I didn't. I'm sure it's up there with how many call me Overlord. It took me a... Wait, you had an account before this called Overlord Ray Ray, right?
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But
You'd be surprised with how goats manage to get up things with hooves. We've evolved.
I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy
Red
fuel
dyed
oil?
heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Oh, what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands?
Yes, I might actually do that. I hadn't thought of that. Because I remember you losing access to that account. Like either it got banned or something like that. And you popping up with overload. Because I remember that I had to remod your new account and unmod the other one. God, it has been a very long time. Good lord. I have been doing this for far too long, Chad. Hell yeah. I'm the fashion man. I'm the fashion police.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something. Soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
It's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar.
Let's interact with the wrapper. Oh, we never interacted with the note. It might say the password that we need to...
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active. Someone
read the
has
note?
scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Oh, right.
Looks like someone from that
was
video
like
game company upstairs.
4 to 5 years ago
Family
already?
looked surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they have to
That's
leave
a
in a
plausible
hurry?
hypothesis.
What's
It
a filament
belongs inside
memory?
a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer. I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the iceberg fridge.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box?
That is a wild little coincidence. That it just so happened to put on pants and got the answer I needed. Sometimes, chat, the answer lies in the pants. Oh, that's Kim.
Yes?
There you go. I feel like this is the only downside to playing it on consoles. It's just the fact that even like interacting with selecting is kind of difficult to do. It's easier if you hold the L1 button pretty much the whole time, which puts a little highlight thingy around interactables. But I do feel like it's very haphazardly implemented. There you go. Come on, game. Let me interact with the thing. Thank you.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory.
I feel like this is supposed to be the inventory thing for the inventory tutorial that you're supposed to get pretty
dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner.
Pretty early on.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your... It's all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar? The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well, but the lid simply won't budge. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending right before your very eyes.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
Let's see if we can check the other one. Oh, no. That one's off limits. Wasn't there another room that I could visit? Oh, just a quick second. Alrighty.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
There's a hole in the wall, shine light on the hidden compartment.
Yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Of course.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Are these any good?
Most of them
Inspector
are rusty
rifles?
and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others. Take it. You're a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Where
Seems
are we?
like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
Does this mean a
It
rifle
means there
here?
are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Okay then. I have found a gun. In my quest for ice cream, I in fact got a gun. Hmm. There you go. Let's go back in. We all scream for gun. That's true.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Wait, weren't we looking for her?
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardie, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What's your role in
Like
all
I
this?
already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What if I want to talk to you now, Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
Not gonna challenge it too much right now.
This is where you say your bit.
He's used to giving orders and having them obeyed immediately. You should not indulge him.
Detective.
You with the sharp note, he's
Precinct
leaving it to you.
57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Cross your arms.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardie.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
Must be something in the water in Jamrock. Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
The boys are too eager to please him to keep their mouths shut. You're gonna get a good head count here. Just wait.
Yeah, you fuck with the Hardie boys, you fuck with Titus Hardie.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
Picture of what?
The actor's hair. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
Oh, nice.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
To that man in a very bizarre vision.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor?
Yes.
Because we
Why?
took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real stiff.
No, he did not.
Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
I'm pretty sure I went to school at some point in my life. Also, I gotta feed the fish. Give me just a second. Turns out if you have an extremely skittish fish that you're trying to actually let eat, the best thing you can do is just leave the room. So I do have to do a little head count in a bit. Make sure not that the hatchet fish didn't jump on the filter by accident. It's really a really nice fish though. It's if you're interested, look up a dwarf gourami. One of these.
Certainly enough to not put up with his backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
That's the fish that ran away from you, Thomas. Or swam, rather. Just a quick second, though. I do have to do a little bit of a head count here. Make sure none of the hatchet fish jumped the filter. Be right back. Well, so far so good. It's like we recently added a group of hatchet fish. Let's see if I can get you a good picture of that one. Not the horrifying one. Let's see. We added a bunch of these, and unfortunately, because they're technically salmon related, they have the tendency to jump when they're feeding. So we have on the right side of the tank, we have a filter that they can sort of land on the lid. They usually won't, but whenever I don't see all of them, I do want to make sure that they're all in the right place. Weren't tied, no signs of struggle. Explain this and make it real simple.
Maybe wrap it up instead?
How
No
many people
remorse?
have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them? Or sent them to Reunion to rot? For 20 years? For life? Oh, so you are just a simple, well-meaning man, eh? Ever been in solitary? Prison is a charter. That's what it is.
He's clearly been in solitary confinement, and at a young age, nonetheless.
So is hanging a man, slowly, without breaking his neck.
Are
Who got
you
the
deaf?
shots at night?
There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys.
The logic that she applies is like armchair lawyering a bunch of police officers, saying like, you can't arrest him. We do not recognize your law, therefore we didn't break it. Just because we murdered a man doesn't mean we're guilty of killing him.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Yes. In fact, I can. Let me just walk to the car and call for backup.
Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does? You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all on us. Everard runs the union. I run the Hardie boys.
You don't run shit, buddy. You're heavily overcompensating for
When
yourself.
Titus Hardie says he runs the Hardie boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
When did this hanging
Don't
incident
have to
occur?
keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
And some people go to church. Some people decide they make up a story about how they hanged a man. Hanged a man.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that.
How do you know if they're scum? If you didn't know them. I'm noticing flaws in your reasoning, my good friend.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Drunk?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
He knew by the look of him. I just needed a glance. That's all I needed. Didn't even need to look any further. Just a brief moment where my eyes touched upon him. I knew it. I was gonna kill him next Sunday. Because that seemed like a nice way to end the week. How about we hang out on Sunday? Gotta be careful who to say yes to.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line in my town. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces?
Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, "I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all."
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
But what did he do? What did he actually do wrong?
He harassed women,
Ooh.
raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
There's a slight unease in him, suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming, "Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt?" Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
You don't have authority here. Why?
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Hey, Martian, how's it going, dude? Y'all want a very chill place to hang out, listen to some music? Martian dude frequently streams his bass practice, guitar practice, and just singing some songs. It's a great, relaxing time. Good friend of the stream. Go check him out.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials.
You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
I think Titus Hardie is more of a softie.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters.
Got
Reading
there.
the footprints in the yard should be easier now. Anti-object task force.
This art is so
Behold,
good.
The anti-object task force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the darkened one. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage, a new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
Please don't. Please don't. Please don't do that. Hey, Iron Monk. How's it going, dude? Just come off the back of my second playthrough in 2 years. Nice. There should be footprints around here, along with the feces, right? Ooh, oops.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
And at the Hardie boys, Hardie said they hanged a victim. Fiscal said to do it.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right, the Hardie boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
I don't think they're responsible for that, but...
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick. Titus Hardie. The one with the ball cap on his head. Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The ink banner, perhaps.
That's like saying, I'm very respectful until this... I'm very respectful of this wall until it's in my way. What do your stats look like? Like this. I still am trying to figure out how everything works, but I found my shoes. And I put a body in a polar bear fridge. Wow, my pain threshold has gone up quite a bit.
4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot, but number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky. Better late than never, detective. The whole world is dark and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus. Carrying something? 8. Another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardie boy.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardie boys were here. That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
Oh, Gypsy, heads up, it is raining.
A leader like Titus doesn't let one of his guys out of sight easily, especially at a time like this.
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardie boy. Wonder who he is.
Do you have any ideas?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor? Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers.
Thank you.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Oh, by the way, hopefully we'll be able to do a stream on the 13th and do like a little bit of a, well, sort of birthday party. And I finally picked a selection of games that I wanted to play. Just in case we managed to beat Mr. Mosquito early, I'm gonna finally play through the remastered version of DuckTales. I'm very excited. I've had the PS3 version for a while, and I've been wanting to play it.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Let's see, how old are you?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
Is it mostly because the ground is frozen solid now that...
impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Yeah, okay, that explains.
Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
200. This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was a fat Hardie boy, the one sitting in the middle.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
I am still not convinced that they did the killing. I think that they found the body somewhere and either wanted to take credit or wanted to make sure that they were cleaning up for somebody.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardie boy. The one with his front teeth missing. Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him? I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not. What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardie boys.
Let him have his moment of joy.
There's one pair missing from the Union box. The 8th pair. I'm going to say it was our Old Soul.
Was present at the lynching but isn't in the mass hall right now?
I doubt the Hardies are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure our investigation will eventually lead us to the Old Soul.
Man, we're making some pretty heavy headway in this investigation now. Let's see if we can talk to him. Nope. No real other drivers that are stuck in the traffic jam, are they? Wait, maybe talk to Joyce? See if she can clear something up? Where was the harbor again? And then we can also talk to the one dude. Considering we now know that the Hardie boys might have been involved with it, but not necessarily responsible for the killing.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Do you know something about these
That's the man
tattoos?
who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
So you know something
Better
about the
not tie
tattoos?
forced day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
Let's see. Rainbow Socialist.
Of course,
Was doing my
Detective.
job.
Excuse me for implying otherwise.
The RCM does not pick sides in this. I hope it doesn't come off any other way.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural.
I feel like this is a trap.
Gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, until then, is there anything I can help? Of course, Detective.
Okay, so we do need to clear that up.
Wow. So someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please.
Yeah, man, we're boring.
I wouldn't worry you.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it.
What is this picking on me for not being crazy enough?
To be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's copo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. Good, good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further.
Little voice in the back of my head is saying, "Do it." Oh, more shoes. Ooh, lots of money. Oh, they're reflective. Look at that. Why can't I select that? Some kind of prohibition going on, I guess? Where does this exit lead?
Yes?
This theme reminds me a lot of Silent Hill. But I'm afraid that this is where I'm going to have to call it for today, chat. I'm starting to cough quite a lot, and it's starting to hurt a little, so I'm going to have to respect the choice of my voice and be back tomorrow. Feels weird saying that after doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday for so long. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to continue the investigation. It's been a really productive run so far. Especially with how much the map has opened up now. I originally thought that was about half the size of what I've explored up until this point. And I'm very curious to see what's at the end of the tunnel. And we got cool glasses for it and a sick shirt. Look at that. Look at us. Look at them glasses. Look at them. I can't. Is it because it's January 31st, Wexford? We're Fashion Elysium now, yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, like as this is looking right now, the recovery of the voice is taking a lot longer than I originally thought it would. They said it could last for as far as like multitude of months, so I'm gonna take extra care, make sure that I don't overdo it too much, so that I'm fully healed up as fast as I can be. So yeah. With that said, though, thank you all so very much for hanging out. Hopefully you all had fun. If you're new to the stream, do consider hitting that follow button. We'll continue Disco Elysium tomorrow. And until that moment arrives, stay beautiful, keep on gaming, dudes. Do follow up Martian Dude. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.